What's good, everybody? It's your boy Stefan, aka Sneaky G. Man, now this, if you notice, I don't have the make it count banner up. I know you see the background of my show or whatever, but this is going to be a different show. And I feel compelled to do something uh for this show, this recording, if you will. I legitimately was laying in bed going through YouTube, and when you go down that rabbit hole, you come across some stuff and you're like, wait, this isn't right. This is not right. And I'm doing a live recording. There's no edits, so what you see is what you get. I came across this video and I immediately stopped. I said, I gotta do something, not just for me, but for people that this may affect. Um, so I want everybody to understand that I want to tell something about myself. In 2007, I took it upon myself to be a Mason. Okay, I know a lot of you don't know what a Mason is. A lot of you were told that we do sacrifices, we make UFOs, we're going to take over the world. None of that is true. Oh, and we're a religion. No, it's not a religion. Okay. So the basis of now, let me back up. I understand. Okay. I don't want to be too personal, too intimate, because I want y'all to see me for me. Okay. I understand the fact that some of you will believe this. Some of you will say, "Oh, he's just defending his kind." There's no kind. It's a lot. It's a fraternity. First off, it's not a religion. It's not a cult. You basically, we don't advertise. Okay, if you want to be a Mason, all you got to do is ask one. To be one is to ask one. We don't put on excuse me, I got something on my teeth. We don't put on advertisement. We don't do infomercials. Um, yes, we may hand out business cards with the square and compass on it, and that's a whole other thing. Now, keep in mind, we we're not a secret society, but we are. It's a joke. We are a society with secrets. Now, I want you guys to think of it as not as a Masonic Lodge and the deep secrets of Masonry. Think of it as your household. Okay. What goes on in your house is your business, and you don't want people coming into your household knowing all your business. Does that make sense? Meaning, yes, we do, like any other church, any other establishment. Okay, we do have rituals. We do have uh, what I want to say. We do have. It's like it's a brotherhood. We do have a fellowship, and we do congregate around like-minded people. Okay. Now, the first rule I want y'all to understand that no atheist can become a Mason. If you do not have a belief in a supreme being, you cannot join a lodge because there are no moral guidelines for you, for atheists. That's what the belief of Masonry is. Now, when the thought of, or when I say a supreme being, those that choose to be negative right off the bat, negative about Freemasonry, right off the bat, they think of Lucifer, satanic, the devil, and all this. Now, I have been a Mason since 2007. Okay, I was raised as a Master Mason in 2008. All right. I became a 32nd degree Scottish Rite Mason in 2009. So I I've been around the block a little bit. Okay. Now, what does that really mean? Absolutely nothing. If I tell you I'm a 32nd degree Mason, okay, good for you. That just means I'm spending more money on a dues card. In reality, that's all it really means. Now, our motto, which you're going to hear in a little bit in this video, yes, we do make good men better. And we do. We do. It made me better. And how did it make me better? Well, for one, I had, believe it or not, I was nervous in talking in a group of people. It didn't make me a public speaker by any way, but I would get nervous. But when you are put in situations, and what I mean situations, they put you in position, positions to speak in front of the lodge, to speak in front of your fellow brothers, okay? And then that gives you the confidence to go out and do it out in the real world. And not only that, but yeah, to have conversations with the real world, or well, I say real world, with the world or people outside of the lodge, the private sector, whatnot, because you are going to be talking with families, you are going to be talking with school, like superintendents, elected officials, because I can only speak on Brighton Lodge 78. That was the lodge that I was active in. Now, my home lodge is Huachuca Lodge 53 in Sierra Vista, Arizona. Shout out 520. I know for that lodge, Huachuca Lodge 53, they did, and this was back in 2009, 2008, 2000, before I left. They did book funds. They sponsored families for Thanksgiving, meaning, families got to eat Thanksgiving dinner when typically they wouldn't have. And Christmas dinner, Christmas, we would provide Christmas gifts. We did scholarships, jackets, clothing. Brighton Lodge, that was a less funded group of guys, but we still did scholarships. We sponsor families for Thanksgiving, Christmas toys. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in a Masonic Lodge. And the reason why I'm doing this is because a lot of people, especially a lot of retirees, a lot of people put in a lot of work in these Masonic lodges, and to get slammed and lied on, like this guy I'm about to show you, it pisses me off, because the fact that these guys are putting in hours of work to better their communities, and they're getting shitted on by people lying about the lodge or about the Masonic practice. Now, let me throw this caveat. I'm going to be talking about my experiences, okay, in the Masonic Lodge, in the Masonic craft, if you will, okay? I've been in 3 different lodges. I was in Service Lodge, Huachuca Lodge 53. I was in Everett Lodge 113, I think it was. It's been a long time, guys. I'm sorry if I misquote your lodge. And obviously I was in Brighton Lodge 78. And since then I've moved to Dallas, Texas. And I haven't really committed to a lodge out here for, obviously we've been doing podcasts and back in school. I just don't have the time to be affiliated with a lodge at this time. However, I am still a dues card holding member. Shout out Brother Jim. You know who you are. Now, so let me back up, because I'm getting really animated and really just emotional about this, because of the fact that guys put in their hard-earned time and in some cases money to better their communities through Masonic lodges. Now, let's get into it. No, hold on. I want to make sure I try and address everything before we get into it. So let me talk about my experiences. Now, I joined back in, I want to say it was like September. Okay. September is when I submit my petition. Now, there was a colleague of mine who I noticed had a symbol on his car. And I said, hey, I want to talk to you about that. He said, okay. And so, what do you want to know about it? And I said, well, I want to become one. And then he laid down the framework for me. He said, hey, listen, if you want to come through, you got to finish. And by finish, he means you go through the 3rd degree. Now, this guy talks about phases. No, there's levels. Okay, there's levels that you go through. I'm gonna kind of go over what he says and how he's. I'm not going to. What I'm gonna. There's things that I can say and there's things that I can't say, and because it's all about trust. Okay, if I tell you a secret and you end up telling people, then to me that shows the trust level that I have, or I could, how I the lack, how can I say, how I can't trust you um, as I would like to trust you. That being said, so yeah, there's things that I know that go on in a Masonic lodge, which really isn't all that in a bag of chips. All right. I'm just going to tell you that. You know what? Matter of fact, I am going to go against Masonic practice. I'm going to tell you what goes on the meetings. Okay. We come in, we say the pledge, we say the pledge, we do a prayer, and we get to business. We talk about old business, we talk about new business, we talk about who's going to pay the bill, what bill we're going to pay. It's a boring meeting. That's all it is. Then we say a closing prayer and then we go about our business. Sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's 2 hours, depending on what's going on that day. And then before we close out, we yell at each other who clogged up the toilet the last meeting and then who didn't put the toilet paper back, after they were done taking a shit. I mean, that's pretty much, we don't. Someone asked me, "Oh, I hear you guys have strippers." I wish, There's nowhere. Well, not. I mean, any lodges I've been in, I don't think there's a way to put a pole in there. God, I don't. I'm trying to think. Nope. I mean, I'm sure you could, but the buildings I was in where the lodge was, these are some old antique buildings. It wouldn't even be able to hold up a pole if you could. And plus, a Bible's present. So I don't think you'd want a pole there with a stripper with a Bible. And it's the Holy Bible, too. It's none of this. Oh, God. This dude that we're about to listen to, we're going to go through the video and I'm going to just correct him verbatim because it's just, again, a lot of people put in time and effort and to keep a long-lasting fraternity going, and to be in a position where you have people that just speak wrong. I mean, like it's lies. It's incorrect. It's inaccurate. I'll just say it's inaccurate. Again, I reserve the fact that you're either gonna, you're either gonna believe me or not, which is fine. Just know that I'm coming. My intent is to correct the wrong that this man is putting out. The title for this obviously is exposing of Masonic fraternity or Masonic lodge. So hold on, let me go ahead and bring him up. Oh wait, I know what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. All right. Bear with me 1 second here. Oh shoot. Okay. Okay. And again, this is not being recorded, and of course my computer would act up the way it is right now. Okay, here we go. Let me do this real quick. Okay. So here we go. You see where it says ex-master Mason exposed the Freemasons. I don't I don't know. I don't I wish I knew, I don't know this guy's name. I'm going to say that what he's saying is somewhat inaccurate to I'm going to do it like this with the information because, well, you know what? Here. Okay, hold on. Let's just get into it. Here we go. So I'm going to have to mute.
All right, brother. You said that you had also Masonic, right?
Masonic, yeah. Well, my career in law enforcement, I actually joined the Brotherhood of Freemasons.
Okay. Yeah, how'd you get into that?
Man, a lot of cops are involved with that.
Really?
Oh yeah. It is. It's a thing that I'm not saying you must do, but 95% of them do. You know what I mean?
Now, what's the benefit out of it? Like, what's the main purpose?
Actually, 95. For me, if you're going to ask me the question, I think it was more like biblical history.
Oh, okay.
What intrigued me the most was they talked about King Solomon's temple and the Holy of Holies, and I've always been intrigued by it.
So this actually exists?
Yes, it does. It's the occult. It's nothing to be messing with.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you straight up.
All right.
And there's 3 phases.
Okay, you're gonna have to bear with me on the patience regarding this, because this is where it gets dicey for me. It's not a cult. It's not a cult. And I say this because I actually, I took a class, religious theory, and by definition, it's not a cult. Okay. If you're in a cult, you have one person who's in charge, or one person that wants you to believe the way of thinking of that same person. There's no way that could happen. And I mean, I don't want to say that. Again, this is all my experiences. Okay. This is all that I'm aware of. Like I said, you go in the meetings, you do the meetings, and you go home. That's it. Okay, I'll just let him continue on.
The first phase is enter apprentice. Okay. Even before you get to that phase, you got to be pretty much spoke about.
Okay.
To be one, you have to ask one. So one of my supervisors, he was a lieutenant, pretty much came up to me and asked me, "Hey, you want to join a club?" And I'm like, "What kind of club is it?" You know what I mean? Right. Well, it's a Freemasons. I did my background research, and I've seen a lot of positive things that came out out of doing the research. A lot of them donate money to cancer victims.
Okay. I got to stop right there. So first off, he just said in order to be one, ask one, right? But then he just said that his sergeant came up to him. So which one is it? Did he ask his sergeant, or did his sergeant ask him? According to him, he asked the sergeant. I'm sorry, the sergeant asked him. Again, we don't, and again, I'm only speaking of lodges. I mean, his lodge, whatever lodge he was a part of, it might be different. I digress.
And children's with cancer, and Shriners, they have their own hospital and so forth. And I was in a position where I'm working with juvenile offenders. Well, why not? Why not do something in the outside? You know what I mean? So my lieutenant spoke for me, and 2 other of my fellow brothers in blue, and they petitioned. We petitioned for a spot in the Brotherhood, and filled out applications, and they did a background. They do a background on you, see if you're good standing, or else they won't take you.
Wow.
What they do is they take men to make them better. That's what they say. But only God could do that.
Right.
No club could do that for you.
That's right.
So right around 2006, I'm on my 4th year. I'm a 4th or 5th year on the job. I petitioned. It all went pretty good, and they do a house interview.
Okay.
So I had I mean, like 20, 30 people come to my house, and they spoke to my wife because they speak to the females first.
Wow.
I don't know why, but they usually do that because you're not going to be around as much when you go into meetings, or you got to do take time off to do work as far as donating, getting money for donations and and so forth. So
Okay, so what he's saying is true. There is a process. You fill out the petition, but what he failed to say was they had to, or if he did, I don't recall. But you fill out your petition. Typically, you have to have 2 Masons to vouch for you. Now, some lodges are different. Some lodges you have to visit the lodge, even if you know the Mason, the Freemason, right? Even if your friend is a Mason and you asked him and you want to be a part of the fraternity, you still have to come in, and they kind of ask you, hey, come hang out with us for a little bit before we start the meeting. Sometimes you show up twice, like whatever day the meeting is, and you show up before the meeting starts. Obviously, when the meeting starts, you got to leave because you can't, you're not a Mason. You're not a member of the Masonic Lodge yet. So you have to leave after that, before the meeting starts. But once you submit your petition, it gets voted on. And once it gets voted on and it's in the affirmative, you go through a process. Yeah, I mean, they don't want any felons. I've been in meetings where people claim to be clean as a whistle, but they got a couple felonies. One was pedophile. He was I don't know if he was a pedophile. Let me back up. But he was he had to be, because he was a registered sex offender. And obviously when that stuff comes up, yeah, that process ends. If money is given, because again, Huachuca Lodge, I had to pay the initial fee, and that fee takes care of the background checks and also some other stuff later on down the road. Now, the 20, 30 people, normally it's not 20, 30 people. And the the kid, they call it a committee, the committee. I'm not going to say what number it is, but they do interview you. And the reason why they want to talk to the wife is because you are going to be away from home. At least 2 hours a day. Not 2 hours a day, Jesus. 2 hours a week, because you'll be in meetings, or an hour a week. We don't no, I have never been away from home. Well, no, I take that back. I have been away, because you can go on certain classes. You can go training. They do a lot of training for the craft, basically learning the Masonic practice, going more in depth. And he is correct. I mean, it is a religious experience. It does talk about Solomon's Temple. We do. I mean, it's very similar to a church. I mean, we have an open Bible. We do quote scripture. And if you could definitely take. Matter of fact, one of my brothers is he's going to be a chaplain in the military. He. It was awesome when he went to Israel, and when he came back, he said he was in the areas that the Bible has spoken of, and it was a great I guess a class that he gave regarding his trip to Israel. But I digress, and let's go forward.
I didn't see that quite a bit, as far as going out there, doing that type of work first, because you have to go through rituals first.
Mm-hmm.
The first phase is the inner apprentice phase. That's phase one, and you do your rituals. They take you in and they tie a toe to your ankle. Made of
tie a toe.
A toe, yeah, ankle toe. They call it the ankle toe, and it's made out of what do you call it? It's like a harness. It's
Okay.
like a tie. They tie it around your leg, and they raise your pants leg up, and you're there in a suit, and then you go around. You're blindfolded, so you can't really see the actual temple. It's a temple. You got Joaquin and Boaz on one side. The two towers, which is the two pillars.
So
the Freemasons.
This is like big time.
Oh, it's a ritual.
This is like sacred stuff. Like
yeah. But see, the way they cookie cut it is that they only get the ones that are like out of what do you call it? It's like a harness. It's
Okay.
like a.
Okay, I had to stop him right there. No. Just gonna leave it at that. Now keep in mind, guys, everything that you see here, you can Google it. You can Google it. But there's no temple. It's a Masonic Lodge. It's a lodge of inner apprentice Masons.
A tie. They tie it around your leg, and they raise your pants leg up, and you're there in a suit, and then you go around. You're blindfolded, so you can't really see the actual temple. It's a temple. You got Joaquin and Boaz on one side. The two towers, which is the two pillars.
So
the Freemasons.
This is like big time.
Oh, it's a ritual.
This is like sacred stuff. Like
yeah. But see, the way they cookie cut it is that they only get the ones that are like I would say the ones that are really interested and the ones that are clean cut.
Right.
What? The ones that are really interested and the ones that are clean cut. No. That's not true. All men are equal. We're on the same level. And what I mean by that is, even though I'm a 32nd degree Scottish Rite Mason, even though I gain knowledge of whatever knowledge I gained, okay, we're all on the same level. From the 32nd to the inner apprentice, we are all equal. I don't understand. I don't know where he was coming with. I don't know where he's going with that. Clean cut. And those are into it. And I'm trying to figure out which one I am. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Which one, where do I fall under? Right? I mean, this beard. I mean, God, you gotta like this. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic here. I digress.
All right. And I'm going to add the devil to this too.
Okay.
Because when you're in the world, you're of the devil. Your father, the devil, right?
Right.
When you don't have God on your mind at all times, from when you wake up in the morning to when you go to sleep at night, you're of your father, the devil. And I'm just going to say it like that, but I'm going to be bold and honest,
Right.
I was in the right state of mind then, I had some marital problems. So I felt like this was an outlet for me to get out and have fellowship with other brothers.
Right, because you wasn't getting that with the churches.
I wasn't getting that with the churches back home because, they were preaching prosperity.
Right. Okay.
Give me $1, God gives you 1,000. God doesn't work that way, man. You got to work for, you got to work to eat. So, nah, don't wait for a handout.
So how long?
Okay, so I don't know what he was talking about, the devil part. I don't know where he was going with that at all. That last part bothered me a little bit. I don't know why. You know, don't wait for a handout. Now, the reason why that kind of bugged me is because when you walk into a Masonic Lodge, and you're entering a space where we're all like-minded. And why is that? Why is that? So listen, and he's gonna go, he's gonna go into a little more. So I'm gonna pause there. I'm not gonna get into much, but don't no handouts. Okay, listen. The thing about a Masonic, about the fraternity, okay, is that we help our brothers out. We help our neighbors. We help our country, and of course, our families and God. Okay. The Masonic, that I understand the Masonic practice to be, is that at some point, as a brother, you may need some help, and there's no problems, no issues in reaching that handout to a fellow brother, because it is our duty to help out our fellow brother, as though our fellow man, our neighbor, our family, our country, and God. So that, I mean, to me, I don't. Oh man, I wish I can unpack that, but he's going to go into a little more, and I think we're getting to the point where I stopped listening, and I immediately jumped out of bed and came and decided to do this recording. So I'm gonna let it play out. Here we go.
I'll get the first phase last.
See, what they do is they bring you into the temple, and they have the secretary, which is a male. We're all males. There's no female Masons here. I know in Europe, I think they do, not here. Unless you're an Eastern Star, that's different.
Okay.
But the Freemasons, you got the Blue Lodge, which is composed of all different nationalities and backgrounds of Masons,
Right.
to include different religious sets. Hindu, Muslim, whatever. You could be atheist, they don't care. You could be Satan. You could be a devil worshiper.
Wow.
And they'll bring a devil worshiping Bible right there, satanic Bible, so you could you take the oath. Yeah, they don't care. See, I didn't know that until I started doing more homework on it.
Wrong. This is, see, like, in comments like this, the wrong person is going to hear this, and they're going to do what the guy did in Milwaukee. He's going to have a plot to go and attack a Masonic Lodge because he believes he's doing some spiritual cleaning or cleansing, if you will. They don't. Yes, they care. Now, so, okay, I'm glad. Okay. Oh my God. I'm frustrated because, guys, when you go into a Masonic Lodge, you're going to see grandpas. You're going to see great grandpas. You might even see some great grandpas in there. Because, again, these are retirees that have been doing the Masonic practice, Masonic work, whatever you want to call it, for years. And just to destroy something like this because of people like him. So let me explain something. In order to take on a great undertaking, you must first invoke the blessing of God. And I mistakenly said that incorrectly. But your faith must be founded, and we need to know who you put your trust in. Now, I asked the secretary that he mentioned, and I asked him the question. I said, what if someone said Lucifer? And he said, oh, we would politely escort him from the building. That has never happened in the years that I've been a Mason. I myself have been a part of maybe 5 or 6 initiations where I bring where I actually was a part of bringing the candidate in, and then when they walk in, they're not a Mason. When they leave, they're an apprentice. I want to say 5 or 6. Okay. However, I've witnessed, oh my God, I mean, maybe 100 initiations. And not one did they say Lucifer or Satan or anything like that. Now, what does that tell you? That tells you this man right here. This man right here is lying. You don't swear on a satanic Bible. You don't. You swear on a holy Bible. I digress.
What did I get myself into? But
Did you ever get that far?
oh yeah, I became a master Mason.
Okay.
I mean, the highest you can go is 33rd, but
Okay.
even at 32nd, see from the ranks of 30th to 33, which is 3, that's when they divulge the actual truth to you.
I got you.
You know, which they have you in darkness all those years, and then once you start climbing up the rituals and the phases, and you go up the ranks or degrees,
Right.
we call it. You could go from the 3rd degree to the 32nd degree in a weekend.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you could do it in 2 days. They call that the fast track. But usually to get that high, it takes years.
Wow.
It takes years, but you could do it the other way.
They call that the fast track. I don't know about that, but I will say that I did become a Scottish Rite Mason. It was over a 3-day period. They started on a Friday and left on a Sunday. Now he was talking about the truth. I hear this a lot from people that are on the outside listening in. And KRS-One, I got love for you. I love your, you're one of my favorite rappers. We don't give out honorary Masonic badges or Masonic whatever, because you know the truth. I got to call you out on that. I can't apologize because it's real. Okay. But again, keep what you're doing, KRS-One. And the same thing with this cat right here. He talked about the truth. No, as an inner apprentice, we bring you to light. As a fellow craft, we bring you to light. As a master Mason, we bring you to light. I'm not giving up any secrets or what. I mean, this is just, a lot of information again, and I should have said this in the beginning. So what establishes what is established as a actual Masonic Lodge is the charter given to the lodge from the state. Okay, that's the actual charter of any lodge. Now, there are some fake clandestine lodges out there. Okay. As in anything you do, even in church, there's bad people. There's evil in churches. There's evil everywhere, especially now in this world. So just because an individual goes into a room filled with, Masons, fake Masons, I'll just call them clandestine, aka fake Masons, does not mean it's an actual Masonic Lodge. They could call it a Masonic Lodge, but it's not. And I'm not saying he's a part of it. I don't know his situation. I'm just gonna assume that his information, well, it's not assume, it's fact. It's incorrect. It's definitely not accurate. And what he's explaining, you do have the Blue Lodge, which is the first through the third. 80%, if not 90% of Masons. And there. That's it. You don't have to be a 32nd degree Mason. Only reason why I did it was because I wanted, they give out a hat and they actually do a ring ceremony. You get a scroll of your achievements. Okay. That's the only reason why I wanted to do it. And some people go further. They not only do they do Scottish Rite, they do Scottish Rite, they do Knights of the Templar, then you got Eastern Star, Amaranth. Oh my God, it's like the pet with the camel. It's escaping me. Because they have the Shriner. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The Shriner with the clowns with the go-karts. You have I know an individual that he would brag to me and he says, I haven't had a home cooked meal in 2 weeks. That's because every day he went to a lodge. He went to a meeting of some kind. And again, the hard work that these guys put into each fraternity, each branch of Masonry, and to have people like this. Okay, here we go.
Pay some money or talk to whoever.
I heard that some people, if I might be mistaken, but I know some of these rich people, these Hollywood people, they give land, millions of dollars.
Oh yeah. It all depends because those are called dues, right?
Okay.
And you talking about occultic, satanic individuals that work in Hollywood, reverence, of money, of people of power. I didn't know all that because when you got scales in your eyes, you can only see so much.
Right.
But when God removes those blinds off your eyes, you start seeing who's who for what they are.
Wow.
I wonder what God sees who for you are. So that is true. There are dues. Okay. Again, I didn't do the math. It was 2000. So I got initiated in 2017. That's 10 years. So what, 15 years. I've been in this in the craft, if you will. I have yet to meet an actor. Again, this is just my experience. I've yet to meet an actor. The buildings that I've been in, they've already been built. Masonic lodges, they've already been built. So you do have dues. Let me go back on the dues. Now the dues you pay once a year. Some pay once a year. Some pay you could pay monthly. And also it's a choice. I mean, if you don't want to pay your dues, you don't. I mean, then when the dues expired, you could get suspended. But I mean, if you don't want to pay dues, then you just don't want to be part of the lodge. And I mean, that's that. But at the same time, there's a lot of work that goes into becoming a master mason. All right. They don't just hand it to you. I mean, there are some stuff that you got to do. And it involves studying. And again, it involves speaking. So in my mind, I'm like, I am thinking of a brother right now that joined the lodge, joined the Masonic fraternity because of the conspiracy behind being a Mason. And he was disappointed, to say the least. So he quit. And he felt that there should be more teachings of the Masonic practice. And he was given assignments. He was like, okay, well, if you want to talk more Freemason teaching, education. Here you go. And he didn't move forward with it for whatever reason. But this guy. All right, here we go. I digress.
And not every Masonic Lodge. I mean, they all talk about the same, but everybody's different. Because in order for you to be a Shriner, you got to be a Mason. For you to be a Knights Templar, you got to be a Mason. And the more you go up in that pyramid, and the highest you could go is a Rothschild.
Right.
They're the highest of the highest.
Really?
Yeah, they're the satanic children of Satan.
Wow.
They actually sitting on the table, and they have a special chair for Satan right there. And he comes and talks to these family members, and they're the ones that the shaking and bakers, I call it.
Now, this all has to do also with the
got to be a Mason. For you to be a Knights Templar, you got to be a Mason. And the more you go up in that pyramid, and the highest you could go is a Rothschild.
Okay. He said Rothschild. All right. I've never heard that term before, ever. And this is the part where I have not, hold on a sec. Tab. Are you? Rothschild. A Rothschild. Okay, here we go. Rothschild began. Rothschild. Oh, wait, Rothschild. Rough Mason. Hold on. Rough Mason. Okay, that's a book. All right, hold on a second here. Okay, Freemasonry. Masonic Lodge established. Okay, so I'm pulling up the quote unquote rough. Okay, it says Roth. Okay, the Rothschild began to acquire large estates. Okay. June 11th, 1892. Now, I'm just skimming over this because he said Rothschild, and then he said devil worshiping. Members of the Rothschild family have been involved with Freemasonry, a fraternity organization whose members are concerned with moral and spiritual values, self-improvement, helping the community. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, another thing of bullshit. Okay, I don't even know what the hell he's talking about. I'm gonna be honest. When you become a Master Mason, okay, when you're raised to the 3rd degree, you do have a choice. You could either go Scottish Rite, York Rite. Okay. Now, once he is correct, once you're a Master Mason, then you can go into other practices, like other crafts, like Amaranth, Eastern Star, Scottish Rite, York Rite. Now I'm sorry, Scottish Rite, yeah, and the York Rite. I said Knights Templar before. I'm sorry. York Rite. It's not. It's because there's 2 ways you can become a 32nd degree Mason. You can either go Scottish Rite or you can go York Rite. York Rite is more of a religious journey than it is Scottish Rite. I did not go through York Rite, so I can't really speak on that. I just did Scottish Rite and I was good. And the only reason why I said I'm good because I don't feel like spending more money on dues cards. Simple as that. I don't like the fact that he keeps throwing around with devil worshiping. There is no devil worshiping whatsoever. And again, I'm saying this understanding, knowing that you will either believe me or not. And I hope you believe me. There is nothing on my body that says devil worshiping at all. At all. Okay. I digress.
Right.
They're the highest of the highest.
Really?
Yeah, they're the satanic children of Satan.
Wow.
They actually sit on the table and they have a special chair for Satan right there. And he comes and talks to these family members, and they're the ones that the shaking and bakers, I call it.
No idea what he's talking about. Zero.
Those people who go out into the wood and they burn that wooden owl and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you talking about the Illuminati?
Illuminati. Okay, so
Right.
This has to do with them.
Oh yeah, you have to be a Freemason to be there. All the presidents were.
You know,
Freemasons.
I've been a Mason for so long, and I have
Small
yet
portion
to meet anybody
But they
from
were
the
Jesuits.
Illuminati.
This is the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, even the Pope. They don't,
Right.
and they'll. I'm going to be honest. They don't actually have to do the whole ritual. They have to watch,
Right.
and because of their power and rank within the church,
But it's still controlled by.
oh yeah, everything is controlled by the white and black Pope.
Yeah.
So black and white, which is white and black tiles, is where we have our temple.
That's what you get.
Yeah, the yin yang. You
The
know,
white and black,
good
white and
versus
black
evil.
Pope.
You got to have one of the balance.
One has
That's
rhythm, and the other one
the
doesn't.
devil.
I
God
guess.
doesn't work that way. He doesn't manifest that way. That's all the trick of the devil. You know, the devil knows the Bible better than me and you put together,
Right.
because he was there when God was putting it together.
Mm-hmm.
And of course he fell, of course, but he knows.
Yeah.
He could twist the word of God and make it so clean like honey in your mouth and say, well, this guy is a man of God. But no, you got to go beyond that, honey.
Right.
You got to go around it and do your research, because they're going to give themselves up. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys and women, men and women that work in Hollywood, they're all Satanists.
I bet.
All of them are Satanists. And you know what? Anybody could tell me different. I really don't care, because I know.
Oh, he
Certain
knows.
hand
He knows,
signs
guys. He knows
that
for
you
sure.
do, you know, the pyramid, the rock, you know, Jay-Z calls this the rock, is a pyramid.
Right.
All right. But in that pyramid, there's 13.
Right. You also got the
Yeah.
what was this?
Well, that's the horns of the.
Okay, I got something. Okay. Just so y'all know, I have never done this, the Hova thing in Lodge at all, ever, like not one time. I've never even heard anybody in Lodge be like DJ Khaled and be like, another one. I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about. I wish I knew. I mean, you know, I'm spewing honey and I don't know, whatever. I have no idea. And again, I don't want people to take this man's word as bond and start attacking a lodge, because that's what's going to happen. He's going to go on and talk about, and he said all that. Okay. So, are we talking about masonry, or are we talking about actors? Because he said all actors are Satanists. So, I mean, do you don't like going to the movies? I mean, is that something that, I mean, that's a person. I mean, I can't talk on that because I don't know do I know any actors? I don't think I know any. Oh wait, I do know an actress, or an actor. I mean, and they've been in a couple. Anyway, see, now he got me all messed up. I don't know if they're Satanists or not. I don't know. People are people, and people want to do evil just to do evil. I mean, that's just how, people is in the world. Okay. All right. So now he's going to go on to Jay-Z about, so going forward, I have no idea what he's talking about. So let me just let him just go at it, because I'm getting frustrated.
The devil,
Right.
The devil's horns. Yeah. And, that's Illuminati. You could use it for the Shriners use it too.
Right.
That's the Moloch.
Okay.
Moloch is the actual owl that they worship out in California. All these big shots, big corporations, they go there, and that's where they make the presidents too.
Really?
They make resins, but they know.
No. Now I'll tell you what. I'm not a Shriner. Okay. Now I don't know for sure. And I'm gonna go off the cuff, and I'm gonna say that's BS. That's bullshit. Because you can, as a lodge, right? As a Masonic Lodge, where there's Masonic lodges all over all over the world, to be honest. You can, you don't have to go to California. Okay. And this Big Owl thing, I know what he's talking about, but I can't remember what fraternity it is. And it's not Masonry. It has nothing to do with Freemason that I know of. And I heard of it through YouTube and Netflix because I saw the special. I don't know where he's coming from. But anyway, please go on.
Oh, which president they're going to make. They make them. All this political stuff,
Right.
that's just BS. That's bullshit.
Why?
That is bullshit. That is the most deceiving thing in America.
So I'm going to agree with him there. Politics is bullshit. Although I am majoring in political science.
They own the world. They own like 90% of the world.
Yeah, and plus, if you have all these superstars and all these,
You control their puppets.
Well, and not only that, they got the money to buy land.
Oh yeah.
And eventually, there's going to be one government,
Yes.
or one secret government, should I say, the Illuminati or the Masons,
Right.
who will control all this land.
But see, the Masons are the foot soldiers of the Illuminati. You understand the pyramid, right?
Yes.
It's shaped like a triangle, right? So we're at the very bottom.
At the very bottom.
And then above that, you got different families, different. Above that, you got York Rite, Scottish Rites, which are also sets of different branches of Freemasons. And then you go into Knights Templar, and you got, so Shriners.
I guess that's where you get the all-seeing eye from.
The all-seeing eye is Lucifer.
Right.
Underneath them is the Rothschilds. Underneath them is the Council of 13, or the Council of 33, or 13. No, 13. Underneath them, you got the Council of 33.
Okay, first off, I'm not a foot soldier for anything. All right, there's nothing on my body that says foot soldier. Okay. I was in the United States Army for 5 years, did my time. Well, give or take 5 years. Did my time, and I threw up my deuces. Okay. Then I did my remaining 3 years of inactive reserve. When they called me up and said, do I want to re-enlist for inactive reserve? I said, can I get a signing bonus of $1 million? After she got done laughing, she told me I had a good day, or have a good day. There's no sets. Now, I mean, he's right. There are branches of Freemasonry, which he was correct. But there's okay. And the all-seeing eye goes back to Egyptian days. Okay. It's not Lucifer. Again, I know the fact that you either believe this or not, but this guy, I'm going to go off the cuff and say that in my experience, Freemasonry has nothing to do with Illuminati. Okay. You could either believe me or not. Okay. I will. But I will say this, since I'm being transparent. I will say this. I did, since Illuminati is so powerful and whatever, I did get an invite to Illuminati through Instagram. They slid into my DMs. Okay. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll see how far this goes. So they asked me to go to my WhatsApp and said that, they said, do you want to be a part of Illuminati? We've seen your post, not the fact that I'm a Mason, but they see my posts. Do I want to be a part of Illuminati? I'm like, let's see how far this goes. Yes, I do. So then they told me to go to WhatsApp. So I went to WhatsApp. They said dial this number. So I'm not, or text this number. So I text this number. And then they wanted money. They wanted money. So it was a scam. Oh no, I didn't give any money. I knew what it was right off the bat. I knew it. I'm like, oh, well, I'm broke. I ain't got no money. And you know what? Oh, the text message just stopped. All right, buddy. Let's see what we got here. Let's just. Okay.
Underneath them, you got big, different corporations like the CFR.
Wow.
Council of Foreign Relations. And underneath them, you got, like 6 big companies that own all the they own all the real estate, and they own all like media outfits, I said media.
Sorry, I forgot. That was a minute. I want to go back. I'm going to go back to what he said. Hold on a second. Because I want to look up what he said. And I think he said the Council of 13. Hold on. Okay, the Council of 13. Council 13 are age of supervillains. Okay, Council 13 are age of supervillains. Who are the leaders of the intent as well. Okay, hold on. Hold on. All right. Cryptic masonry. Hold on. Junior deacons. Okay. What are they? Complete this. Okay. All right. I'm not saying it. I'm gonna go back because I want to see what he said. Hold on a second here.
Council 33 or 13. No.
Okay. All right, Council 33. Okay, so here we go. He's talking about the Supreme Council, Scottish Rite. The Scottish Rite is one of the appendant bodies of Freemasonry that a Master Mason may join for further exposure to the principles of Freemasonry. Okay, that's I could read on to that. That's on Wikipedia. And I know where it's going to go with that. It's not saying anything. And that's, you guys could look it up too. I'm just being honest. From what I'm looking here. Okay. All right. This dude. Okay. All right.
13. Underneath them, you got the Council of 33. Underneath them, you got big, different corporations like the CFR.
Wow.
Council of Foreign Relations.
All right. I'm going to fast forward this a little bit.
Like 6 big companies that own all the corporations in the world that own that house.
Yeah, I heard something about that.
They don't have the assets and the money of the world, right? So even the Federal Reserve is not of the United States. It's a separate entity that's ran by the Rothschilds. See, the Rothschilds, they run all that from their house. Wow. And they live out in England. They don't leave that house.
Yeah, I heard something about that.
They don't leave the house.
Why is that? I mean, is there
Because that's where the devil dwells.
Uh,
There he was talking about the devil again.
God is everywhere.
Yeah.
You understand?
True.
Um,
Yeah, because God is he's
everlasting.
He's omnipresent.
Yeah, he's everywhere. You can't put God in there, sir.
Yeah,
He's too big.
And you can't have the devil
No,
everywhere. You know,
No.
he's limited to his power.
one spot.
Amen.
Well, he'll use his foot soldiers to do other things.
Exactly.
They're all demons. They're all demon possessed. They're vessels. They're fleshly vessels that are compartmentalized. They're like shattered. They shatter their brains, and it's just like MK Ultra, right? They use MK Ultra to
MK Ultra
break the minds of people.
mind
And then they mold them the way that they want them to go. You know what I mean? Or satanic ritual abuse. That all comes together with the Freemasons.
So their ultimate goal is pretty much to have one world order,
One world religion,
and one world
currency. Yep.
to eventually rule the world,
Right?
which is to usher in also
The Antichrist.
the Antichrist, mark of the beast, and so
Mark
on.
of the beast, right?
So you've seen all
And
this
there it
firsthand.
Oh yeah,
is.
firsthand. I mean, I've seen the rituals. I see where they imitate them trying to kill you.
Wow.
You know, when you get in your masters, they put you like they simulate that they're stabbing you, and they killing you like Tubal Cain. You know.
Mhm. So in other words, like you almost have to kind of like the way we have to be reborn.
Yes, they're making a mockery out of baptism.
Right, and it's actually reversed. And you know what? The devil works like that because so if we have to be reborn, they pretty much say you have to
die first.
You have to kill yourself for the devil. Yeah. Wow.
So just like like the satanic baptism, they baptize them in blood and like a cast iron bathtub.
Right.
If you see the videos that you see, like this girl.
No, the F we don't. No,
Rihanna, she's done blood sacrifices,
oh my God.
and she's done.
Oh my God. This oh man.
But it's symbolic. Their water is symbolic to blood.
Right.
And they have to get in that bathtub. Even Eminem, you see him on one of those magazines. He just.
I know there's an echo because I'm not muted.
To his stomach.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, this guy is full of shit right now. There's no blood. Okay.
Everything is backwards.
I know. There's a lot of them.
I gotta pause this real quick.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me look at this. I gotta get back. Where is that picture of him? What is this? Where did he get this picture from? Okay, so first off, I have no idea. Let me maximize this real quick. I have no idea where this is from. I have no clue. It looks like okay, so the pictures on the wall, I'm assuming are missing people or something. I don't know. Matter of fact, okay, no, that doesn't give me any more. Okay, I'm sorry. I hope this doesn't trigger anybody. I just yeah, let me just back. Okay. Okay. What can I say? I'm trying to think what I can say as far as okay, first off. Oh, okay, this is what I can say. That's what I can say. He's wrong, completely wrong. When you're raised to be a master mason, there's no blood. Okay. You don't have to drink anything. You don't have to be in a bathtub full of blood. You don't have to do any of that stuff. All right. But there is a saying about being a master mason, and that is you can only become a master mason when you ride the goat. Okay. But is there a really goat? Is there a goat really there? I don't know. You got to find out yourself. So for him, it's for him to say that. He ain't a mason. Matter of fact, I want to see his dues card. If he hasn't thrown it away, which this thing is old. I don't know how many years old, but I want to see his dues card. I want to know what lodge this man is from, because it's just such a farce. I mean, it is so bad that, again, people are going to hear this and they're going to attack a lodge and they're going to destroy someone's family because people like this. And I'm exposing him. You're wrong, sir. You're wrong for this. And for you to sit there, you know what? I'm going to save my comments for the end, because it can only get better, right? It should only get, I'm sorry, it can only get better from here. So let's just go on. It's almost painful to watch. Like, really? Blood in a tub? That's what we do? That's what we...
Anna is one of them that she's done blood sacrifices, and she's done a blood baptism, but they won't show blood in the bathtub. They show water, but it's symbolic. The water, their water.
No, we don't. There is no water. There is no symbolic and nothing.
Even Eminem, you see him on one of those magazines. He's just leaning back, bare chested, with blood up to his stomach.
Wow.
In a cast iron, bathtub. And that's how they do their.
Okay, you know what? I did hit him a disservice. I spoke over him. Okay, I'm gonna rewind it just a little bit. Okay, look, there is no water. There is no symbolic of water. There's no water being symbolic of blood. There's no water. There's no shit. I wish they gave water out when I got raised. There. I don't even know, but I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to let him say his piece, and then I'll retort.
Symbolic to blood.
Right.
And they have to get in that bathtub. Even Eminem, you see him on one of those magazines. He's just leaning back, bare chested, with blood up to his stomach.
Wow.
In a cast iron, bathtub. And that's how they do their rituals. Everything is backwards.
Who's the other guy? I know there's a lot of them.
A lot of them. Yeah.
Was it Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne is another. That's the most satanic one around.
Right,
Him,
yeah.
Little Baby, the one that promotes him. He's a pedophile. He's a fag.
Wow.
Oh yeah, they're all homosexuals. They have to be like the Baphomet. Like, is it above? Like, is it below? You see the Baphomet?
Yes. He has 4 arms. Something like that.
No. That's Hindu. I'm talking about the Baphomet is the god of the Knights Templar.
Okay, I'll post a picture as you're saying this.
Yeah.
I'll post a picture.
It's a goat's face with horns.
Right.
It has breast of a woman and the remaining lower half of man, and then the feet of a goat.
Wow.
So they worship that. That's Lucifer. All right. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
They eat fecal matter. They drink urine. I mean, it's disgusting. I never did that.
Yeah, you did. I saw you in the meetings. Okay. I'm not Knights Templar. Okay. But according to this guy's track record, I'm going to say it's BS. Well, now that I think about it, I mean, he did say people from the Knights Templar, they drank piss and ate shit, fecal matter. And some of those brothers did have bad breath, and it did smell like shit. No, let me stop. Oh my God. I hope people don't. Well, my brothers are going to see this anyway. You said my breath smelled like, no, I didn't say you, but you know who you are, who I'm talking about, where I always gave you a piece of gum. That's why I always gave you a piece of gum. I don't even know what this dude's talking about. So I'm not, okay, I can't speak on Knights Templar because I'm not. However, the Knights Templar is more of a, no, that's York, right? I always get that confused. with Knights Templar. So, I can't even speak. I can say that the York Rite is more of a Christian journey than the Scottish Rite. That's the only reason why I went Scottish Rite, because I asked what the two difference was, and I'm baptized Greek Orthodox, so I was told to go. Well, you're not told to go anywhere, but I mean, like, which journey do you want to go through? And I said, I'll go Scottish Rite. And I should have went York Rite because there's only like 4 sections. Scottish Rite, you go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You go all the way up, like in order, numerical order, in degrees. But anyway, let's hear more about this fecal matter and drinking urine. And he's like, I didn't drink it. Yeah, you did, bitch. Yeah, you did. And you was like, that's good.
I never got that high up to do nothing like. But when you're up there and they expose everything to you at the 30th to the 33, it's you're done. You're selling yourself to the devil at that point.
And then not only that, you're sworn to secrecy. Yeah,
you sworn never to divulge any information, but to always protect and help your fellow brother. That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
And that was the first step. And then what was the second?
The second is fellowcraft. That's the second degree, fellowcraft. Okay. Same kind of rituals, but it's now you go from raising your pants, like trousers on the right. Now you're gonna do it on the left, and now you got a different ankle toe with a ball.
Man, that's crazy.
And then you blindfolded. They take you, the actual officer. They call them officers, the ushers. I call them ushers. They usher you around. And you got to bow where you have to bow, and you got to
no ushers. We don't have ushers.
You face the worshipful master of the east, the worshipful master of the west. This is a specific part in the lodge. It's empty, and that's the north. You never face the north, which it resembles where the Lord is at.
Right.
They say that God is, straight up north. But they don't make you do nothing with that. It's just like senseless rituals, and you want your ego to get through. You're eager to get your ring, your token, or any other, Masonic memorabilia that you could wear. You put it on.
I've met somebody when I was working at the shipyard. Someone who did have a ring.
Yeah, I used to wear a ring all the time.
Okay, so they give you rings.
No, you have to buy it. You have to purchase it yourself, or if you're my brother and I'm giving you a token of my appreciation to you because you already became a master.
Right.
Well, here's sometimes they'll give you a dime with a compass and square on it.
Wow. Okay.
You know what I mean? Unless you really put it up close to see it, that's a token of appreciation and love from your brother.
Gotcha.
Or they'll probably, well, you know what? We want to buy you your first ring. Mm-hmm. Or they'll give you a shield to put it in your car.
I wish somebody bought me my first ring.
Brother, leave you alone. You get special privileges.
Who signed you up? I need his name.
Have a nice day. Because they're all.
I need. Hold up. Hold on. Pause.
Ever.
Okay, so yes, let's talk about the ring. I for this occasion, I do have my my Masonic ring on, and I have, let's see, that's the Huachuca Lodge, and then I do have Valley of Tucson. Huachuca Lodge 53 obviously is my home lodge, and the Valley of Tucson is where I became a Scottish Rite Mason. Kind of a nice ring. Look at that. I mean, it's now. That's one of the reasons. Another reason why I joined the lodge, because I wanted to wear a ring. I think I might need to go back because he was saying something that that he was talking about. Let me do that. Hold on. Let me go back real quick. And it looks like we're almost done. Hold on. What was he saying?
Divulge any information, but to always protect and help your fellow brother. That's it. Yeah.
I don't know about protect, but to help your fellow brother, yeah. I don't know about. I mean, what do you mean by protect? Like if they're running from the law? I mean, no. If they're in harm, yeah, you want to help them out. I mean, if they're, getting jumped, I mean, yeah. And like I said before, yeah, we there are some secrets that, that we're not going to divulge. I mean, that you can just YouTube, not you. Yeah, you can YouTube. You can Google. But that's just another test of loyalty. That's all it is. I mean, there's no difference in us holding secrets than you guys going out on a guy's night out. You know, even if 9 times out of 10 nothing happens, or her ladies' night out. I mean, come on, ladies, you know. Oh, let me stop. I'm not gonna mute myself. I'm gonna let him go on.
Yeah.
And
Oh
so
yeah.
that was the first step, and then what was the
The
second?
second is fellowcraft. That's
Fellowcraft.
yeah. That's the second degree, fellowcraft.
Okay.
Same kind of rituals, but it's now you go from raising your pant on the pants, you know, like trousers on the right. Now you're gonna do it on the left, and now you got a different ankle toe.
See, to me, this sounds like he actually
and then
got
you're
it from
blindfolded, they
the
take
internet.
You know, the actual officer. They call them officers, the ushers. I call them ushers. They usher you around, and you got to bow where you have to bow, and you got to, you know, do what you got to do, and
Wow.
and they make you face the worshipful master of the east, the worshipful master of the west.
That's right. This is what it is. Yeah, he's wrong. He's wrong right here. Did I have to bow? No, we did a little curtsy. That's what we did. We did. No, I'm kidding. We didn't do that. I don't think I had to bow. I mean, I know you had to bow your head for prayer, but anyway.
There's a specific part in the lodge. It's empty, and that's the north. You never face the north, you know, which it resembles where the Lord is at.
Right.
You know, they say that God is, you know, straight up north. You know, but they don't make you.
Okay, so what does he mean by that?
It's just like sense.
What is that? What does he mean? God is straight up north. Like I don't get that. So the thing that really gets me is this. So many people don't know about Masonry and you know what it's about and what people, you know, what Freemasons do. So they automatically go to the religious aspect of it. They automatically go to devil worshiping. Why is that? So I want to show. So you guys can see right there, right? In my ring, the middle of the ring says G. I'm sorry, middle of the square and compass says G. Do you know what that means? I know a lot of people say, oh, it means geometry, but no, it means God. And why is it in the middle? Because I wish I could tell you. I digress.
Senseless rituals, you know, and you want your ego to get through. You're eager to get your ring, you know, your token.
Yeah.
Or any other, you know, Masonic memorabilia that you could wear. You put it on.
I've met somebody when I was working at the shipyard. Someone who did have a ring.
Yeah, I used to wear a ring all the time.
Okay, so they give you rings.
No, you have to buy it. You have to purchase it yourself. Or if you're my brother and I'm giving you a token of my appreciation to you because you already became a master.
Right.
Well, here's sometimes they'll give you a dime with a compass and square on it.
I never got that.
You know what I mean? Unless you really put it up close to see it.
I got something for my keychain.
From your brother.
Gotcha.
Or they'll probably,
I got something for my keychain.
Buy your first ring.
That I do wear on my keychain all the time, and I later end up getting a tattoo of it on my side, which hurt, but a lot. I never got a penny. I never got a dime. I never got anything that. After I became a Master Mason, I felt kind of left out. Yeah, I thought I was okay. I thought I had myself on mute. I was like, oh, I hope I didn't say all that. But okay, that time I was on mute. All right, here we go. I'm gonna let him talk.
Or they'll give you a shield to put in your car. You know what I mean? So everybody sees that your brother, leave you alone. You get special privileges. You know, you get pulled over. Have a nice day. Because they're all.
So the ultimate.
Oh, I still got pulled over with mine.
Ever, I guess, approaches somebody.
Right.
Stay far away from this.
Oh, you're gonna have to stay far away from and run. Don't stay close because see the problem with that is they use the actual word brotherhood as an advantage to them.
And sad.
It's a catchy. It's a
when
honey.
you say brotherhood, also,
Yeah.
like this is going around a lot in the colleges.
Oh yeah, the Alpha Catas and all them. That's all Greek.
Yes.
And a lot of them becomes after a while, they'll become Bones and Skulls.
Wow.
Oh yeah, especially if you're in a Yale. That's where they come from, you know. But they do have you have to be a master Mason before you become anything else.
No, that's a different fraternity, brother.
Your upward
that's
mobility,
a different fraternity.
And in rituals, the quicker you get them done, the quicker things are revealed to you. But like I said, you could go as high as you want. If you got money, you could buy your way up. You know, honorary.
No,
you know how many times
no.
they give honorary doctorates that people never ever been in college?
Yeah.
You know, like for example, Bill Cosby got an honorary doctorates, right? So they jacked him up with these women and stuff. They took it away, but he's a Freemason. But see, if you start exposing them, they'll go after you. They'll go after your family.
So I don't know if Bill Cosby is a Mason, but let's find out. And again, I'm doing this just for my own gratification. Okay. Bill. Oops. Oh, shoot. Bill Cosby. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Is Bill Cosby is Bill Cosby a Mason? Hold on. Okay, so hold on a second here. Bill Cosby, born 1937. Well, according to this, it says it is, but it's off of Facebook. So I don't know how much, because then it says stop the Masonic abuse. Yeah, this is not credible. This is not credible at all. Yeah, it's showing. See now, I don't even know. So I'm on this site right now. So stop Masonic child abuse. I'm not for child abuse. All right, if you abuse kids, you're a piece of shit. And it shows that they're taking some kind of communion. And then there's a female Mason in the background with some other. Yeah, this looks like, now when I see that, when I see what I'm seeing right now, clandestine Masonic Lodge. Okay, because what the hell is this? Freemasonry dress little boys. 2 brides for me. See, I don't even know what that is. I have no idea. And to me, that looks kind of photoshopped a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I'm say I'm biased or whatever, but I don't know what this is. Okay, here we go. I can look this up. Hold on. Oops. Shoot. Copy. Okay, so I'm gonna look up something real quick, and we'll see. Hold on. Again, this is just for my self gratification. I mean, for all I know, Bill Cosby could be. I don't know. And if he is, and if he is still a I don't know if his case got dismissed, but if he is a predator, like if he's a sex offender, and he has to report as such, his membership can be revoked. I gotta be honest, I haven't seen that done, but it can be revoked. All right, hold on. Okay, so famous principal Masons. It says he is. It says he is. Okay. Hey, even a broke watch is right twice a day, right? At least he's right about something. He's been wrong about everything else. But I digress.
Family, they'll try to kill you because the government is part of it. It's not only civilians. The government is in cahoots with these people.
Right.
And in there's sectors throughout the whole country that's split apart. I don't know if it's northeast, south, and west, but they have witches that are in charge of these sectors and warlocks that are in charge of these sectors, and they pretty much monitor the satanic. I'm going to use the satanic, members.
Mm-hmm.
Like they call it congregation too, just the opposite of being a Jesus believer.
Right.
I don't want to use the word.
Okay, so now he's just making up shit. Now he's just making up stuff.
I want to,
there's no warlocks. There's no
they have
wizards.
a specific
It's a Masonic Lodge, not Harry Potter.
Council of 13 witches, which are either male, female,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty much they're in charge of thousands of members of the congregations and the local witches and warlocks that are in charge of that congregation.
Wow.
And
Witches and warlocks.
a lot of them are politicians, heavily involved in witchcraft.
Mm.
And they have to do certain rituals and certain things in order for them to gain favor with the Rothschilds. And then they send orders of doing things for that family.
Wow.
They give them orders, and with those orders money comes with it.
And so like the exact same way we try to expand the kingdom of God,
They're doing it the other way.
they're doing it the other
Oh
way.
yeah, it's satanic.
Oh my
See,
God.
this whole country's not based upon Christianity. It's satanic from head to toe. Don't ever think that the president is not a satanic worshiper either. Don't ever think. And I'm gonna put it out there too. I'm gonna put it out there.
Nice.
I'm gonna put it out there because come on, their God is money, Lucifer.
Right.
They don't have none of want or need. Doesn't the Lord says it in the Holy Scriptures? You that are poor, you're rich. Right? We're rich in favor to the Most High.
That's right.
All you gotta do is ask, and God provides.
Uh-huh.
If He provides for the little critters and the birds of the air and the fowls of the air, how much more us that He loves us even more? We're made in His creation.
Amen.
But these people are satanic at the core. They don't believe in God. They hate God because their God is Lucifer. And I was involved in that. I met witches before. They've revealed themselves because when you're in and you get yourself out, see, what got me out was God's love and grace and mercy.
So looking back,
Yeah.
You wouldn't trade nothing in the world for it.
Never. I'm humbled
Amen.
to the 20th power.
Amen.
I would never change anything
Right.
because the Most High had something to do with it.
Amen.
See, and I didn't know. I thought it was just things that, at times, you do something that you ain't supposed to do. You reap what you sow.
Yeah.
A lot of it was reaping and sowing. Don't get me wrong. But the bulk of it was God breaking me down from being a
He's
juvenile
almost
all the
done.
way
So I'm
up
just
to
going to let
my
it play
30s,
out, and then I'll
so I'm a
give my
different
2
type of
cents.
person now.
Amen.
everything that was taken from me, that I thought it was taken away from me, God gave it back with interest.
Multiply it.
So, I at times when I fellowship with other brothers and sisters, I share with them portions of my testimony or whatever benefits them, in the walk. And I was like, how did you do it?
Someone once told me, it said, the devil likes to subtract and divide.
Yeah.
And the Lord likes to add and multiply.
Just like Abraham.
Amen, brother.
Just like Abraham.
That's right.
But people like yourself, through you, I got to see the apostle.
All right. Yeah.
I would have never got to see Pastor Jennings if it would have been because of the word
made simple.
Made simple, on YouTube. And then from there we started fellowshipping, and I started watching all his, YouTube channels through you, Tony Harving, and everybody else. And, just before I came here, the Lord spoke to me. He goes, well, you need to be baptized.
So I think now he's pitching his
You got the Holy Spirit
channel.
in you. You
I
speak
don't
in
know.
tongues. Now it's time for you to be baptized.
Amen. That's right.
So from here, I'm going to go to the Holy Convocation, hopefully in July.
That's right.
And I'm going to be baptized there. I got to go see Pastor Gino Jennings to see if he knows what to do with me.
Well, you see, there you go, guys. You have it. Here's brother Vic. And hopefully he'll be there, God willing. Hopefully I'll be there, God willing. Hopefully Tony
First
Harvey.
church.
Yes,
rocks.
amen. And last week of July.
Last week of July. Also, if there's anybody out there considering to becoming a Freemason, don't do it.
That's right.
Don't do it. If you need to talk to somebody that's been there, you could contact me at 330-707-5159, or you could shoot me an email, which is lowercase vr13377@gmail.com. At any time, I'm available all day long. So just wanted to say God bless you. So be safe. Do the right thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna
He knows what to do.
hold on.
If there's anybody out there,
I'm going to
don't do it.
That's right.
Don't do it. If you need to talk to somebody that's been
okay. I'm gonna take a picture of this guy's number. Now, obviously, I'm not prepared because had I been prepared, all right, there we go. Okay. All right. Wow. Let's go ahead and just get right into it. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to join the Masonic Lodge. I mean, that's something that you need to decide for yourself. I will say that for the females, and I that's just kind of how they do it. Now they don't. As far as I know, there's not a forum for female Masonic lodges. However, there is the Order of the Eastern Star. Now, I had so much to say afterwards. I mean, I was gonna, but I don't know how to put it in perspective. Look, there's good and bad in everything. I'm not gonna sit here and say that. I will say this: the lodges that are chartered, are the lodges that I've been a part of, that I've been a member of. There's some good brothers. There's some good people. They have, great families, Christian families. The fact that the guy said that we hate God, I find that offensive. I love God. God is where I'm at. Because of God is where I'm at today. Because of God, I met a woman that I got to spend the last 23 years of my life with. Because of that woman, I have 3 beautiful kids, and that all happened through God. So for anyone to say or accuse me of saying that I hate God, I mean, that's blasphemous. I'm going to say that right now. Now, like I said, there's good and bad in everything. Okay. And so I'm not going to sit here and say like all Masons are good, because people, though I do know of I bumped into a gentleman who had a tattoo, a Masonic tattoo, and I'm like, oh, okay, what lodge are you from? He didn't know what the hell I was talking about. Why? Because he wasn't a Mason, but he was stamped. He had a freaking Masonic tattoo on him. And I'm like, oh, then I saw a bunch of people wearing rings. Oh, what lodge are you from? Now, by rule, I'm supposed to retrieve that and take that from them. But I'm not. I mean, they spent money. I'm not going to take their jewelry from them. But so I say that because people are going to see individuals wearing rings like mine, okay, that has the square and the compass and the G, and they're just wearing it because it looks cool, or they like the design on it, or whatever. They didn't take the time to know what they have on their finger, and if they did, I mean, they would have a more appreciation of it. Again, I was going down a rabbit hole on YouTube, and I saw this, and like 5 minutes in, I'm like, I got to get up. I got to do a video. I got to call this guy out, because this is just something that I feel it needed to be said. And again, you can believe whoever you can believe me, you can believe him, you can believe neither of us. But I just hope that I gave you a little bit of my perspective of how inaccurate the information that he was providing. Because again, I worry about, yes, I worry about the fraternity. I worry about people that are trying to destroy something that's good, something that will or that does have a positive impact in their communities. I mean, you don't want people to talk bad about churches. I mean, if the church is bad, then yeah, please do talk about it. But if I will say, I am aware of a situation where a gentleman talked bad about a lodge because when he put in his petition, he got to the point where they voted him in, and he didn't get voted in. They told him no. I don't know why they told him no. They just told him no, and because of that, he started talking bad about Masonry. And then he went online, looked up some information, and started talking like this guy. Now, again, I don't know what his agenda was. I don't know what his motivation was. But I will say, and I believe this. I'm hoping his heart was in the right place. But at the same time, do it truthfully. Because the thing about the truth, God, I keep hitting this thing. The thing about the truth is that you only got to tell it once. Yeah. So my goal right now is I'm going to reach out to him. I might even send him an email, tell him I saw his video and I was very intrigued by it. And I'd love to have a conversation with him. Seriously, just have a conversation with him, not argumentative, very respectful, because we're all grown adults here. And if he doesn't, that's up to him. That's fine. And because I'm just really curious as to what his intentions was. I mean, for someone to tell someone not to join a fraternity to make one better, which it does make one better. I wonder why. Like, why? Yeah, that's why. So that being said, I love y'all. Be good. Make someone smile. And enjoy your 4th. Get fat and happy. And until then, let's go Giants. Ow!
Is this thing on?
It's your boy Stefan, aka SneakyG, bud. Let's go Giants. Oh!